New York City? That's where we're headed this week on Audiofile. We'll meet up with Herbie Hancock in Los Angeles and find out where satellite radio is headed.
Hello, welcome to another edition of Audiophile. I'm Liam Maitland.
And I'm Chris Kosach, coming back to you one more time from the Big Apple, New York City. Kind of feels like an apple pie today.
Yeah, you know what? It's hot in town, and boy, have we got a show for you. A lot of music heavyweights in New York City this week for Jupiter's annual music conference. Hey, guess who else is in town this week?
Who's that?
The Material Girl.
Madonna?
Yeah, she's playing 5 sold-out nights at Madison Square Garden. Should be a wickedly good show.
All right, well, 40 years ago, FM changed the way we look at radio forever. Well, now 2 companies are hoping to add a 3rd band to your radio, satellite.
Satellites represent the radio what cable represents the television.
You used to have 3 channels of broadcast television. Suddenly there were 50, 60, 100 channels of cable. We're going to do the same thing for you in the car with audio. So, full.
Sirius Satellite Radio is slated to deliver to the consumer up to 100 channels of digital quality programming. Seamless coast-to-coast coverage with no fade-out.
Literally, you can drive from Seattle to Sarasota, and the channel will follow you all the way across the United States. You will never lose the signal.
We've built and launched 3 satellites. They're in a highly inclined elliptical orbit. And basically, the beam from the satellite is hitting the Earth much like a spotlight onto a stage.
This is the brains of the beast. Everything comes through here and is transmitted out of here to the 2 satellites, XM Rock and XM Roll, the most powerful commercial satellites ever built.
Liftoff.
FM is analog. This
A lot of areas in which you can be creative.
Beyond AM, beyond FM.
will never replace local radio. We think more choice is always great for the consumer. Actually, it's the first new radio band since FM in the 40s. So it represents a real revolution, not only in terms of the concept of radio, but how technically it's delivered.
Ignition. We have liftoff.
Keep your eyes and ears open for satellite radio headed your way in the fall. Right now, I'm in Sirius Satellite Radio's control room, and while they're tracking satellites, we're tracking music news. Here's this week.
House of Blues Online, located at HOB.com, is bolstering their web presence with new artist features, live shows, and exclusive live archives. Can't make it out to a live show booked at the House of Blues? Not to worry. Chances are you can watch it on their website.
We have an amazing concert archive section, digital downloads both in audio and video, internet radio.
At HOB.com, you can also buy tickets to upcoming shows at the House of Blues nearest you, or at any of their North American venues. The website gives you access to exclusive artist interviews from the likes of Craig David.
There's always those 1 or 2 magic moments in a concert, seeing Bono play with Bob Dylan, or you see Dwight Yoakam on the stage with Tom Jones.
You can also find out more information about the new DVD series Live from the House of Blues, featuring live DVDs from Public Enemy and Psychedelic Furs.
So much more from New York City coming right up, including our visit to the home recording studio of Mr. Herbie Hancock. Stay there.
Audiofile. We'll be right back.
Coming up next on Tech TV, it's an inside look at the latest breakthroughs changing your world. From transportation to communication, from sports to medicine. See what the future holds on Tomorrow's World. Coming up next on Tech TV, television about technology.
Are you ready for the more useful internet? There's never been a better time to switch from AOL dial-up and get MSN broadband. The smarter, faster internet service, optimized by Microsoft IntelliSpeed technologies. Just another great reason to switch from AOL to MSN. Call now and get broadband service with free activation, free modem use, and no term commitment. MSN, more useful every day.
Tired of playing the mortgage rate game? You know, when you hear one of those ads that promise you the moon and you call up only to find out that the points are too high and there are hidden fees attached? Well, at Ditech.com, there are no games. Right now, we're offering a second mortgage with a no closing cost option. You can be pre-qualified over the telephone or online. Use the money to pay off credit cards or for home improvements, whatever you want. Do it now before the rates go up. Ditech.com. Call 1-800-71-FIXED.
Ever dream you could fly? You can fly in a lot less time and for a lot less money than you thought.
Americans fly themselves for many important reasons. To visit family,
To take a business trip, or get away from the everyday.
To prepare for a career, or just for the fun of it.
You can too, and for a lot less than you think.
Flying is part of my active life.
Why not stop dreaming and start flying?
Try flying for $49. 888-BE-A-PILOT, or check out
BeAPilot.com.
Starting today, your telephone will answer you. Introducing Pronto, your on-call assistant, live and at your service, with the information you need when you need it. Get more than just a good restaurant. Get the nearest one. More than just the nearest. Get the best. So much more than directory assistance. Get the ultimate full-service 411. Get it all for just $19.95 a month. Hear hourly updates from the Wall Street Journal.
Market report at 10 o'clock Eastern Time. The NASDAQ up 1 to 50.
Hear the latest from CNN, ESPN Sports Center, weather reports too. It works on any phone, and it's a cinch to sign up. It's no contract, no hidden fees. It's more than just answers.
Pronto, how may I help you?
It's the solution. Pronto, your on-call assistant. Change everything you know. Try Pronto today, risk-free for 30 days. Call 1-866-PRONTO-1 to sign up now.
Welcome back to the show, Audiophile, in the mad fab town that is New York City. Now, since the 70s, synthesizers have been popping up in all manner of music, from industrial to pop to techno. A good synth is an essential part of any recording studio, mainly because they're so versatile. Our tech guru, James Kim, recently hooked up with our friends at Keyboard Magazine to demystify these often confusing instruments.
We're in the testing lab of Keyboard Magazine. What is a synth exactly?
It's an electronic musical instrument designed to produce a variety of sounds. That a synth allows you to get inside and program your own sounds, to really sculpt and shape sounds and create a variety of sounds, as opposed to a piano, which does one basic sound.
Can you take us inside a synthesizer and tell us exactly how it works?
It all starts with something called an oscillator.
Oscillators obviously oscillate, and the waveform that they generated was, a square wave or a triangle or a sine wave, and that was the start of the sound. In addition to the oscillator, there are other sections within the synth that give it its sound. For instance, there's the filter section. You can shelve all the low frequencies out of the sound and have a real thin, high sound, or vice versa, roll off all the high end and have a really low, beefy kind of sound. And with the filter, you can give a sound a lot more character. Then beyond that, you can turn on the arpeggiator, which will give it this sort of rhythmic drive to it. You can have a variety of effects. Reverb, which makes something sound like it's in a particular space, whether it's a church or in a hallway or your bathroom. You can have delay effects. You can get delay, that kind of thing.
There's been a lot of talk about analog and digital. What's the difference?
Well, I think when people think about digital, they think, actually what they're thinking about is sample playback versus synthesis, actually generating sounds through analog circuits. And when people think about digital, it's actually just playing back a recording of a sample.
When sampling technology came into popularity, it was a huge thing because it basically took an audio snapshot of a real sound. You could stick a microphone on a grand piano, digitize it, and play it back across the keyboard.
You can have orchestral samples in here as well.
If I were looking for a keyboard, what would I look for?
That really is dependent on what kind of music you'd like to do, and also what you hope to, what other gear you may already have. A keyboard like Yamaha's Motif is sort of an all-in-one keyboard. You have a great wide selection of sounds and a built-in sequencer, whereas something like the Axis Indigo is really aimed at somebody who wants an analog style or an analog modeling synth, and it's really for somebody who wants to program sounds and get more into the synthesis side of things. More and more keyboards are coming out with slots or places for expansion cards.
So if you're a musician who needs a full orchestra, you can buy an orchestral card and snap it in there. Someone needs to ask themselves, what am I willing to spend? And that can oftentimes just narrow the field down.
Right.
Synthesizers have had a bit of a bad rap over the years as being these sort of cold, lifeless, microchip-based instruments, not a lot of heart and soul, but I beg to differ. Each keyboard, I think, has its own personality. And because of that, if you can afford to hold on to gear, it's a good thing. A lot of things that weren't considered to be that cool, come back around, eventually sort of get back into fashion again.
Like any major instrument purchase, research is key. Be sure to try out as many as you can before you make your choice.
There we go.
We're on Bleecker Street. I'm with Mark West. He's been playing here for 24 years. Tell us a little bit more about the neighborhood.
This is where Dylan started. Right here is where Margie D's used to be. And this is where Bob Dylan used to sit in the back here with a complimentary soup and just sit here and write for hours. Owner hated him. Talking Heads, Blues Traveler, CBGBs, Blondie, the Ramones.
Was Hendrix down here?
Yes, Hendrix is down here. Linda Keith, Keith Richards' girlfriend, discovered him at Cafe Wah. Smithereens, they just started at Penny's Cafe. And this is the bitter end.
Well, who's played here?
Who hasn't played here?
Wow.
Woody Allen, America, Tori Amos, Stevie Wonder, Donny Hathaway, Richie Havens,
Jackie Brown, Tracy Chapman, Sarah McLachlan. Wow.
Gordon
This is some
Lightfoot, The Man.
Big hit maker.
Searching for what claims to be the most comprehensive online chart service in the world? At dotmusic.com, the UK's chart-topping site, you can find up to 14 different official charts, complete with audio clips and commentary. The UK Specialist chart takes a look at 8 different genres to see what's happening on the not-so-mainstream charts. Click on Future Music and get the scoop on who Dot Music thinks will be topping the charts in the weeks to come. And don't forget to sign up and have weekly charts sent to you via email.
Lots more still to come from New York City. Coming up, we're going to take you to a brilliant little club in town where some of the world's top DJs come to spin unannounced and also just to hang out. Meantime, if you've got a question for our tech guru, Mr. James Kim, drop him a note, will you? Audiofile at techtv.com. We'll be back with more from the Big Apple in just a couple of minutes.
Audiofile. We'll be right back. Hit List is brought to you by Volkswagen. On the road of life, there are passengers and there are drivers.
What kind of people finish something but are never quite done with it? Isn't it done when it's finished? See, these people think up an idea, then they figure out a way to make it just a little better. Then more ideas come, and they keep making them better too. So they're never really finished. Maybe these people have some kind of weird DNA. They're smart. Smart but kooky. I wonder what they're gonna think of next.
This is Craig from Jacksonville, Florida, and you're watching Geek TV. Oh, sorry, you're watching Tech TV.
Technology sure has changed since I was in school. Take this compact Presario 2800T notebook. Thin, light, powerful. With the mobile Intel Pentium 4 processor M, you get all that, and the built-in networking card links college students to campus. Plus, you can save $100 instantly, so it's just $12.99. And you can upgrade your memory for free when you buy direct. Just call 1-888-289-2556 or go online. Talk about lightening your course load.
Geico has great service. Geico has great service.
Our claim representatives, that's right.
Are available 24 hours a day.
You have a very commercial look.
Next, please.
Well, hello.
Oh, great. A talking gecko.
Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Rackspace manages over 5,000 web servers. Fanatical support has made us the second largest managed hosting company in the world. That means fantastic customer service with instant expert support. Say no to Colo. Forget IBM. Call today to host the Rackspace way.
Welcome back to the show. I am in the jazz capital of the world, the historic Blue Note. And with me is Dan Forte of the Blue Note. Who are some of the bigger people that have played here?
Dizzy Gillespie, Billy Eckstein, Ray Charles.
Not many people can claim that they are a master, and even fewer people can claim that they're a pioneer, but we found someone who can actually claim both. Herbie Hancock. Has Herbie ever played here?
Herbie's played here many times.
We got a chance to catch up with this living legend to talk about technology and his passion of music in his home recording studio in Los Angeles, California.
This is the drum that brings the good spirit to possess you.
When I graduated at the end of 8th grade, that they had us write down what do we want to be when we grow up, you know. And I wrote down concert pianist. And I made my first record as a sideman in 1961. That was 8-track. Then, by the time I was with Miles, it was already 16 tracks. I learned a lot of things from Miles. For example, I learned the importance of listening. I learned the importance of respecting the other musicians that you're working with. You'd look over before the band came in, I'd be under the piano plugging things in to record the band, and Miles would just put his hand over his face, you know, look up in the sky, and like Herbie's at it again. He was a real master. But in 73, when I did a record called Headhunter, that was the first time I really played synthesizer. And at that time, they were monophonic. You know, they could only play one note at a time. You couldn't play chords on them. And so you had to do everything track by track. A synthesizer is not, I don't consider it an instrument. I consider it an instrument maker. As far as video is concerned, I've always been an early adopter. But I remember that I had a reel-to-reel portable color Sony videotape recorder. And nobody had that. Development of software instruments was at its infancy. We had drum machines. It would have the sound of the real sound, of sampled sound of instruments inside the machine. Recording was very different. By that time, we had software recording on computers. This is my G4, and that's my old Pismo. This is a DAT tape, backup tape. These are synthesizers. They don't have keys. The record that's coming out is called Future to Future. Some of the pieces were constructed by taking outtakes from several different pieces from different instruments and combining them together to make new patterns. So it's a sort of a sampling technique. It was produced by Bill Laswell, and he's as vital an instrument, in a sense, as the instrumental player. The way to make music is to have a vision for what you want to communicate and have an open mind to all the possibilities that the continually developing technology offers.
Be sure to look out for Herbie's forthcoming effort, Future to Future, that hits record stores in the fall. He'll be working with longtime partner Bill Laswell on this one. Of course, the last collaboration of theirs was in 1984, and their big hit, Rocket. Now, if you live in New York City, you might want to head down here in December because Herbie will be playing 2 nights on this stage right here. For more on Herbie Hancock or anything else in this week's show, just head to our website. We're at techtv.com/audiophile. More from New York when we come back.
Audiofile will be right back.
Are you in on it? Call now for our lowest prices on airfares, hotels, rental cars, and last-minute trips. Or go to cheaptickets.com for tons of unpublished airfares you won't find anywhere else. Book now during our Gotta Get Away sale for special low rates for lots of great places. But you gotta get in on it by August 5th. Cheap Tickets, the best-kept secret in travel.
What sets Daytech apart from other online brokers? Free online trading tools. Daytech gives you free real-time streaming quotes. And you can track stocks with free real-time streaming charts.
Real-time and free? I like that.
Searching for stocks that fit your trading strategy? Use the free real-time stock screener. Check valuable S&P research.
Free access to research. That helps.
And you can also get free streaming news from Dow Jones. Unlike other brokers, all online equity orders are just $9.99. And only Daytech guarantees that if your marketable order is not executed within 60 seconds, the commission's waived.
Open and fund your account today and get 10 free online equity trades. Call toll-free 1-877-410-4333 or visit the special website.
Free trading tools, just part of the Daytech difference.
Daytech, built to trade. You have the ultimate power to look better, to be stronger, to redefine your body and yourself. This is the Bowflex Power Pro. Quite possibly the most effective home fitness machine ever made. In as little as 20 minutes a day, 3 times a week, you can get real results that can change your entire body. With over 60 health club quality exercises and up to 410 pounds of resistance, it's like having an entire gym in your home. Bowflex is so effective that we guarantee you'll get the results you want in 6 weeks or less. You can own a Bowflex with no money down and payments as low as $33 per month. Call and ask for a free video and brochure and check out the entire Bowflex lineup or visit us on the web at bowflexdirect.com today. Redefine your body with Bowflex. Next on Tech TV, it's an inside look at the latest breakthroughs changing your world. From transportation to communication, from sports to medicine. See what the future holds on Tomorrow's World. Coming up next on Tech TV, television about technology.
This is Avery and Ben from Glendale, Arizona, and you're watching
Audiofile.
Sorry to interrupt, mate. No worries. Welcome back to the show. Audiophile, the East Village Plant Bar with me, Dominique Keegan. Tell us also what it's like being an owner of a club and a DJ.
Basically, everyone was excited when we opened the place because they were like, at last, DJs have opened the bar.
Right.
So the people who play there are going to get treated properly, and you know, the things that are important to DJs are going to be at the forefront of the bar's policy.
When the big names are in town, they come here. Why do they come to the Plant Bar, do you think?
Usually they're in town to do something bigger, to do press or to do a bigger club night, and kind of on their off night they might come and just spin a few records here, usually for their friends, opportunity to, you know, have a few drinks, have a good time, let loose. We've got a very kind of natural environment here that I think a lot of them enjoy. The people we've had playing here, Norman Cook, Fatboy Slim, David Holmes, Ian Cooley, DJ Jam played here the other night, Ad Rock from Beastie Boys came and did a impromptu set here one night. Sometimes you can walk in and hear old rock music, sometimes you're going to walk in and hear kind of the newest house tunes or whatever knocking around.
Dominique, thanks a lot, mate.
You're welcome.
I know you're a techie, so listen up to this, because our tech analyst James Kim recently got his hands on a piece of gear that allows you to record and edit your music on the go. In fact, this piece of gear is so small it'll actually fit in your pocket.
Hey everybody, this is your tech freak James Kim with Audiofile. As digital audio has improved, so has the musician's choices benefited in the ways that they can capture and produce music. Today we're going to take a look at the latest offering from Zoom. This is a Palm Top Studio. It's tiny. And although you can plug in an AC adapter to it, the beauty of this little machine is that it runs on 4 AAA batteries. The Zoom PSO2 has 3 distinct audio tracks. Each track you can record 10 different takes. Now inside this thing is also a drum machine, a rhythm machine. It has over 100 different preset drum rhythms and bass rhythms. What about inputs and outputs on the PSO2? Well, there's a headphone jack here, an output, an auxiliary in, and an input. Now the beauty of this machine is the fact that you can hook this up, auxiliary in, and output to another source. So you can use this as a standalone effects processor. Okay, we're going to show you a little demonstration here. It's just going to be quick and easy. First, we got to select the rhythm pattern. Now you can bring in all 3 tracks using these sliders right here. Bring the drums, the bass up. We've got a track right here. Where do you store all this audio recording data? Well, right here. This is the included 8 megabyte smart media card, which will allow you to store about 4 or 5 minutes of audio recording. So, would we recommend the PSO2 Palm Top Studio to audio professionals? No, not at all, in fact. Although there are a bunch of features in the compact package, it just doesn't have the same feel as a laptop if you're on the road or a home studio. Now, the price, that's another thing. $650. That's way too much. You can find it online for about $350. That's still a little too much. Really, the only thing the PSO2 is good for is if you're on the road, you can really lay some tracks down really anywhere you want.
All right, time for a little viewer email. Alan wrote to us, and Alan wrote, I've got a song that I want to record just the middle of so that I can listen to just that section over and over. I have the song as an MP3 and as a WAV file. What software should I use? Well, Alan, hope this answers your question. We recommend Cool Edit 2000. It's an audio editing application that will run you about $69. There's actually a free downloadable demo that allows you to use any 2 of the many functions. You can record or edit your WAV, MP3, or audio track, then chop it up and play it as a loop. All right, Alan, I hope that answers your question. Thanks a lot to the lads here at Plant Bar on 3rd Street in the East Village. You've got to come down and check this place out. Meantime, from us, here's what's coming up on next week's show.
We hang out with the Blue Man Group and head to Detroit for the Electronic Music Festival. Well, that wraps up another edition of Audiophile. From the Big Apple, we finally made our way to the garden where Madonna is about to take the stage.
Night 1 of a 5-night stint here at Madison Square Garden. Do you know, Chris, every single stop on the tour around the world is entirely sold out. If you can't afford to go and see Madonna live, you can always check out her stuff online, madonnamusic.com.
If you'd like more information on anything on tonight's show, head to our website. We're at techtv.com/audiophile. For Audiophile, I'm Chris Kostak.
And I'm Liam Maitland.
Thanks so much for watching. See ya.
Go enjoy the show.
Audiophile.